Hello, and welcome to another episode of Talkin Story about Morey. I'm Patty Serrano, and I'm so excited because today we'll be talking to Keith Sasaki. He was that young ripper that came up to California from Hawaii in the 80s and let everybody know what he could do with his DK stance and stoke people for many, many years. And I'm also excited because Sol Morey, the oldest son of Tom Morey, is staying with me right now. And I'm letting him talk story with some of these people because it gives him an opportunity to see how great some of these bodyboarders and boogie boarders were and are still today. So, welcome Keith Sasaki and welcome Sol Morey. And let's find out a little bit about what's going on in Keith's life.
First of all, thank you very much for having me today. And unfortunately, yes, we did lose Tom, but the Stoke will continue. It is actually um, us carrying the torch forward, as you just said. Um, whatever he left for us, we must do. He provided so much opportunity for all of us, and in many ways, just about everything I have is thanks to that little piece of foam. I was introduced to it. Um, I was hooked to it. I had the opportunity to make a career out of it. I had the opportunity to travel because of it. I had the opportunity to meet the mother of my children, bring new people into this world. Um, two girls that make this world a better place, and that is just because of a little piece of foam that Tom Morey created.
It's just beautiful because of the positivity, like you say, that something like that can affect other people's lives as well. But yours has been nothing but a great road of success, if you will. Taking on drop knee, you had been in the surfing field, body surfing, or something to that like, or you had a
Well,
first boogie board experience?
okay, so basically, growing up in Hawaii, typical Hawaiian family goes down to the beach from when you were a baby, basically, and we were no different. So at the age of 2, my grandma would throw me in the water. I had to learn how to swim. At the same time, we'd be body surfing in the public shore break, while my sisters and brothers would be surfing at the reefs out at Publix. So
Wow.
yeah, I was always in the water, and then this beautiful invention came by, and I was fortunate to be able to receive one of these gifts that Tom brought to the.
Super. I mean, you are a product of this boogie, and the boogie is a product as well. The drop knee and what have you, the style is a product of your carrying that forward. So I thank you so much for bringing me so much stoke too, seeing you guys on posters and on magazines and say, wow, this sport's going somewhere now. I
Yeah,
really appreciate it.
and it's cool if you think about it. When Tom created the boogie, the snake, whatever we want to call it, um, he probably did have it in his mind somewhere that people would be kneeling on it. Jack Lindholm would drop knee on it, or Jack stands on it. People would be standing up on it as well, and so it just a great invention, and it is a stepping stone for so many other great people. The goat, greatest of all time, Kelly Slater, was introduced to the water on a boogie board. So imagine if a boogie board wasn't in existence, would if you think about it, would Kelly actually be in the water, and would we actually have a goat today?
Can't deny that. That is so true.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah, pretty cool, huh?
thank you for bringing us full circle, man. We all are such appreciation of this moment, and the king or the frothing father of all of us has passed it on, and we're gonna keep this thing going for many years to come. Like you say, your generations, your two
Yeah.
beautiful girls, and
Yeah.
their kids thereafter.
Yeah, certainly. I I've always admired Tom, And it's strangely enough, when I think about it, of many of the pros, my interactions with Tom wasn't as if you want to call it plentiful. Okay,
Yeah.
in that the first time I met Tom was probably in about roughly around '84. He came to the island of Oahu, and I was just in awe. Okay, and then it was several years later I met him somewhere else. It was probably at a pipeline contest. Okay, and then um, in the '90s I was already living in France, and he came over to Tom and Marcia came over to France, and by then I was no longer sponsored by Morey. But I met Tom, and because I wasn't sponsored by Morey, whatever events that he was partaking in partaking in, I just wasn't there. So I always wanted a little more interaction with Tom. But whenever I did have that interaction with him, it was just magical, to the point where I'll show you this one where I will always keep for the rest of my life. And that, I'm pretty reserved, pretty guarded. Don't let my guard down that often. But this picture right here, just shows the admiration that I had for your father, Tom.
Yeah, so beautiful moment.
Yeah,
I
certainly.
know Tom just loves you guys, and always keeping his spirit is like him keeping us in his spirit. How he loves us all so much. And thank you
Yeah,
for sharing.
certainly.
We'll continue to ride that stoke, man. Shred the stoke.
Definitely.
Aloha, brother man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.